Today I will be covering a very important form, okay, which you will be required to fill up after you clear your phase 1. That means when you get screened in, okay, so before start of phase 2, you will be filling up this form, and this form is known as Personal Information Questionnaire, or in short you may be knowing it is a PIQ form. Okay, so PIQ, Personal Information Questionnaire. अच्छा, इसको भरा कैसे जाता है, दैट आई विल कवर इट टुडे, बिकॉज दिस फॉर्म इज फिल्ड अप इन डुप्लीकेट, और इसकी एक कॉपी आपका इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर के पास जाता है, एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाता है. सो व्हेन यू आर फिलिंग अप दिस फॉर्म यू शुड बी फिलिंग इट अप वेरी डिलिजेंटली. नो ओवर राइटिंग, नो कटिंग, with good handwriting legibly you should be trying and fill it up. Okay, and I will just help you out as to how you should be doing it. So the form is flashed on the screen. You can have a look. Okay, it has got OIR. अगर आप देखें राइट साइड में OIR लिखा होता है, तो यहाँ पे जो भी आप OIR स्कोर करते हो उसका वो डाल दिया जाता है with the red pen. Then selection board, number and place, batch number, chest number, UPSC roll number. These are the things which you will fill it up to whichever board you are going to. Okay, so if you are going to Dehradun, it will be number 1 AFSP, Dehradun. Batch number आपका वहाँ पे डिस्प्ले होगा, वो आप यहाँ पे लिख देंगे. चेस्ट नंबर जो आपका फ्रेश चेस्ट नंबर होगा फेज 2 वाला, वो चेस्ट नंबर आप डाल देंगे. और अगर आप यूपीएससी कैंडिडेट हैं, दैट मींस यू आर एन एनडीए और सीडीए एस्पायरेंट, तो जो आपका यूपीएससी का रोल नंबर है वो आप यहाँ पे डाल देंगे. Okay. Thereafter, point number 2 is your name in capitals as in matriculation. जो आपका 10th क्लास के सर्टिफिकेट में जो आपका नाम है उसको आप यहाँ पे भरेंगे और इसको आप कैपिटल लेटर्स में डालेंगे. Okay, in capital letters. Okay. This is the only thing which you will have to write in capital. Rest all can be in running. Okay. Thereafter, father's name. You can write your father's name, Mr. So and so, जो भी आपके पिताजी का नाम है. Then fourth A, B, C जो है ये है place of maximum residence, present residence and permanent residence. Okay. So इसमें आपको मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दे देता हूँ जिससे क्लियर हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू आर से born in Lucknow, okay, presently you are working in Mumbai, okay, but maximum period of time you have stayed in Chennai. Okay, so आपके ये 3 अलग अलग एड्रेस हो गए, लेकिन इसमें आपका डालना क्या है, मैक्सिमम प्रेजेंस. जहां पे 4th ए जो है प्लेस ऑफ मैक्सिमम रेजिडेंस, उसमें आप क्या डालेंगे, चेन्नई, तमिलनाडु, एंड देन द पॉपुलेशन. यू विल गूगल इट एंड यू विल फिल इट अप द पॉपुलेशन, अप्रोक्सीमेट पॉपुलेशन ऑफ चेन्नई. ये आ जाएगा आपका मैक्सिमम, जहां पे आप मैक्सिमम पीरियड ऑफ टाइम अपने लाइफ में रहे हैं. उसके बाद प्रेजेंट एड्रेस जो है, जैसे मैंने कहा कि प्रेजेंट एड्रेस अगर आपका मुंबई का है तो ये विल राइट मुंबई, महाराष्ट्र, और मुंबई की पॉपुलेशन आप इसमें डाल देंगे ब्रैकेट में. ओके, एंड परमानेंट रेजिडेंस आपका अगर परमानेंट रेजिडेंस लखनऊ का है तो आप लखनऊ, यूपी, एंड देन यू विल राइट द अप्रोक्सीमेट पॉपुलेशन. ओके, सो यू जस्ट हैव टू मेंशन द नेम ऑफ प्लेस, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एंड स्टेट. ओके, यू डोंट हैव टू राइट द कंप्लीट एड्रेस. आपको कंप्लीट एड्रेस लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, जस्ट हैव टू मेंशन द प्लेस, डिस्ट्रिक्ट एंड स्टेट. दैट इज इट. Okay, and along with it approximate population. So ये क्यों इसलिए important है, क्योंकि उस समय आपको वहां पे approximate population जगहों की पता नहीं, याद नहीं हो सकती है, ऐसा chances आते हैं. Okay, so if you fill it up in advance, you can Google it, find out the approximate population, and you'll be ready there. Okay. Thereafter comes whether district headquarter or not. Okay, so your permanent address जो भी है आपका, अगर वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर है यू विल राइट यस. इफ इट इज नॉट, यू आर फ्रॉम अ विलेज, तो आप नो लिख देंगे. अगर वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर नहीं है तो आप नो लिख देंगे. पॉइंट नंबर 5 है, उसमें आता है स्टेट एंड डिस्ट्रिक्ट टू विच यू बिलोंग. ओके, सो यू विल राइट से अगर आप लखनऊ के हैं तो यू विल राइट लखनऊ, स्टेट इज यूपी, लखनऊ. ओके, रिलीजन, वेदर यू आर हिंदू, मुस्लिम, क्रिश्चियन, ओके, पारसी, सिख, व्हाटएवर इज योर रिलीजन, यू विल राइट इट देयर. Whether SC, ST or OBC, okay, if you are in any one of the reserved category, you will mention it there. Otherwise, you can write NA, not applicable. Okay. Mother tongue, whichever is your mother tongue, Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu, okay, Marathi, whatever is your mother tongue, you will write it there. Date of birth in DDMMYYYY, that is 4th November 1999. Okay, in this manner you will write. married, single or widower, whichever category you are. Okay, most of you will be in the category of single only, so you will write single. Otherwise, whichever category you fall into, you will write that thing in this column. Parents alive, yes or no? If your parents are alive, you will tick yes, and if your parents, any one of them is not alive, then you will tick no. Okay. Now, fourth B is relevant to the people whose parents are not alive. Okay, अगर आपके पेरेंट्स अलाइव हैं तो फोर्थ बी आपका NA हो जाएगा, नॉट एप्लीकेबल. बट अगर आपका पेरेंट्स में मदर या फादर में से कोई भी एक जना नहीं है, किसी वजह से उनकी डेथ हो चुकी है, तो देन यू विल कम टू दिस कॉलम सिक्स्थ बी, इन विच यू विल से if not alive, your age at the time of mother's or the father's death. So whosoever has died, you will tick that portion. That is, if mother is not there, you will tick mother, or if father is not there, you will tick father, and your age at the time of their death. Okay, so whatever was your age when your mother died or your father died, you will fill it up there. Okay. Then 6C is your parents, guardians, siblings, occupation and income. Okay, in this the entire column is made. You can see it: fathers, mothers, guardians, elder brother, sister, younger brother, sister. Everything is mentioned, and the other columns are education, occupation, and income per month. Okay, so you will write your father's education. Okay, graduate or postgraduate or whatever. Occupation, government servant or private, and income per month. Income per month 40,000, 50,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, whatever is income per month, you will write it in this column. Similarly for mother, आप उनकी education डालेंगे. Occupation, अगर आपकी mother housewife है, तो then you write housewife, and income will become dash if she is not earning any money. Okay. Then guardian, अगर आपके mother father साथ में हैं, तो guardian की जरूरत नहीं है, you can put a dash there. ओके, और अगर आपके मदर फादर नहीं है, तो जो भी आपके गार्जियन है, तो गार्जियन के कॉलम में गार्जियन का डाल देंगे डिटेल्स. एल्डर ब्रदर, सिस्टर, यंगर ब्रदर, सिस्टर, जितने भी आपके ब्रदर सिस्टर्स हैं, उनको आप एल्डर ब्रदर में एल्डर ब्रदर को टिक कर देंगे, एल्डर सिस्टर को टिक कर देंगे, और उनका एजुकेशन, ऑक्यूपेशन और मंथली इनकम आप डाल देंगे. राइट? इफ दे आर स्टडीइंग, देन यू विल राइट स्टूडेंट इन द कॉलम ऑफ ऑक्यूपेशन. ओके. Point number 7 is educational record commencing from matriculation. Okay, now this is the column for your educational record. Okay, so starting from class 10th onward, you will write the name of the institution, board or university, year, percentage, that is your division of marks and percentage of marks, medium of instruction, whether a boarder or a day scholar, and outstanding achievement if any. Okay, so you will write the name of your school. Okay, whatever is the name of your school, you will write full name of institution में आप लिखेंगे अपने स्कूल का नाम, बोर्ड और यूनिवर्सिटी, whether it was a state board, ICSE board, CBSE board, जो भी आपका बोर्ड था वो आप डालेंगे यहाँ पे. ईयर 2016, 2014, 15, जब भी आपने वो 10th क्लास पास की हुई है वो डालेंगे. डिवीजन एंड मार्क्स. ओके, नाउ यू विल से फर्स्ट डिवीजन ऑब्लिक 95%. Okay, if it's in a CGPA system, then you convert your CGPA to percentage and write it there. Medium of instruction, whether it was a English medium, Hindi medium or an English medium, you will write it there. Boarder or day scholar. If you are a boarder, that means you are in hostel, you will write boarder. If you are a day scholar, then you will write day scholar. Outstanding achievement में any achievement which is pertaining to academics only academics, you will fill it up there. Okay, and this can be topper of your school, okay, or first position in your class, or your distinction in Hindi, English, Math, Science, okay, whichever subject you have scored distinction, that also you can mention. Okay, so any outstanding achievement, but only related to academics, right? Similarly for your class 12th and for your graduation, and if you are pursuing your graduation, that means you are in the final year of your graduation, then in the column you will write appearing. Where percentage and marks is there, you will write appearing. Okay, you can write your cumulative percentage till the previous semester, and then you will write appearing. Okay. Point number 8 is your age in years and months. So you will write 20 years 2 months, or whatever is your age in years and months. I'm just giving you an example. Height in meters, okay, 1.67 meters, okay, or whatever is your height. And weight in kilograms, 67 kgs. Okay. Present occupation and personal monthly income, if any. So if you're a student, but if you're giving a tuition and making some money out of it, you will write, okay, tuition 4,000 rupees. But if you're a student and you are not earning, then you will write not applicable. Okay, and then you can write bracket mein student. 10th is the column for the NCC candidates. Okay, so those who have taken NCC training. So if you have taken NCC training, you will write tick mark yes. If you have not taken NCC training, then you will tick mark no. And subsequently, if you have taken yes, तब तो आप 10th B आप column भरेंगे. If you have not taken, then 10th B will become NA, not applicable. Okay. So if you have taken NCC, then you will write the total training, okay, which you have taken the wing, whether it was an Air Force wing, Army or Navy, division, senior division or junior division, and certificate, A, C certificate, A certificate, whatever you have in your, whichever certificate you have obtained. 11th is the participation in games and sports. So all the games and sports which you have played in your life, you will be writing it here. Okay, so games and sports, you will write cricket, badminton, athletics, okay, whatever, whichever swimming, whichever sports you have played. Period or duration of participation. कितने सालों से आप उसको खेल रहे हैं? Okay, last 7 years, okay, last 10 years, last 2 years, you will write it here. Represented school, college or university or other. So if you have represented your school or college or university or district or state or national, you will write it here. And if you have not, but you have played, you can write casual player. क्या लिखेंगे आप? Casual player. But mention it, don't worry कि अगर आपने नहीं खेला है, represent नहीं किया है, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप उसको भरेंगे नहीं. भरेंगे, लेकिन आप उसमें यहाँ पे कॉलम में लिख देंगे representation वाले कॉलम में लिख देंगे casual player. Okay. और outstanding achievement. Now this outstanding achievement is only and only related to your games and sports. Okay. So if you have got a gold medal or first position or winner of the tournament or man of the match or man of the series, whatever, you will write it in outstanding achievement. Right. Then 11B is your hobbies and interests. So all the activities, okay, which you take up as your hobby, you will write it. And interest, okay, what is the difference between hobby and interest? The difference is that hobby is whatever you do in your spare time, okay, for relaxation or for enjoyment. These are your hobbies. And interest is what will you like to do if given a chance. Okay, so your hobby can be gardening or stamp collection or coin collection. Okay, and interest can be cooking or bungee jumping or mountaineering. So if given a chance, you will like to do cooking also, you will like to do mountaineering also. That is the difference. Okay. After writing your hobbies and interests, in 11C, you will write participation in extracurricular activities. Okay, on all the socio-curricular activities, your extracurricular activities, you will fill it up here. So in this, you will write name of the activity, debate, drama, quiz, group song, solo song, Olympiad. Okay. Whichever activity, youth festival, in whichever activity you have participated. Duration of participation, okay, जितना भी for 7 days, 1 month, 15 days, 2 days, जितने भी दिन तक आपने उसको participate किया. And outstanding achievement here will be the outstanding achievement related to your extracurricular activities. So you were the winner of the debate competition or you were the runner-up, okay, gold medalist, whatever, you will mention it here. And if you have not, even if you have got a certificate, you will write the certificate. Okay. Otherwise, अगर कुछ नहीं मिला है, put a dash. Then comes your 11th D, which is position of responsibility held in NCC, scouting, sports team, extracurricular group, and other team. So whichever position of responsibility you have held anywhere in your life, anytime in your life, you will write it here. Okay. It starts off from your house captain, head boy, sports captain, cultural captain, discipline in charge, class representative, okay, general secretary of your youth club, anywhere, or cadet under officer, cadet sergeant if you are in NCC, okay, NSS scout leader, okay, whichever position of responsibility you have taken, you will mention it in this column. 12th A is nature of commission. Now, while filling up your form, whether you have written permanent commission or short service commission, this you will mention in this column. And choice of service, Air Force, Army, Navy. Okay, for those candidates who are UPSC type, CDS and NDA type, so first preference, second preference, and third preference. So if your first preference is Army, you will write Army, comma, or slash, Air Force, slash, Navy. Whatever is your choice of service. Number of chances, okay, 13th is number of chances await for commission in all three services. So, number of times you have been to any SSB, be it Army, be it Air Force, be it Navy. Any SSB, if you have been to, you will mention it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, जितने भी बार आप गए हुए हैं. नहीं गए हैं, put a dash there. Okay, if you're a fresher, put a dash there. And point number 14 is detail of all previous interviews. Okay, so you will write details of all the previous interview, whether it is Army or Navy or Air Force, you will mention it in this. So you will write number, serial number 1 में आप डालेंगे one type of entry, whichever entry you had gone for, TGC, NCC, CDS entry, NDA, okay. SSB number and place डालेंगे, जिस भी SSB में गए थे और उस place का नाम, okay, and date, कब से कब तक आप वहाँ थे, and chest number and batch number, okay, you will fill it up there. So this is all about your PIQ. The point which you should keep it in mind is fill it up very honestly, okay, not to exaggerate also, but not to under mention your capabilities. Okay, number 3, no cuttings, no overwriting, cleanly. Okay, it gives a very good impression if the PIQ comes in front of me, which is very neatly filled up. Okay, it gives a good impression about the candidate. Okay, and always carry a spare pen with you when you are filling up your PIQ. Why? Because if for any reason the pen stops, then you can use the other pen, okay, of the same brand and of the same ink, so that there is no visible variation in the form filling. That is all for the day, candidates. If you have got any doubts in PIQ filling up, then you can mention it in the comments column. Okay, do well, all the best.